Happy song's over. What are we gonna do now? You know, that Happy video was a wonderful thing that happened. It was really awesome. I never expected to get 60,000 views. I really didn't. The first day I posted it, 10,000 views. The next day, 20,000 views. I'm like, what happened here? You know, I didn't expect all of that, but I didn't do it by myself because Matt's over here from Oddbox and my partner over there from Matt, everybody helped out to make it happen. It was fun. It was great. I had people call me up that I didn't even know. I had some people talk to me on Facebook and tell me how it had helped them with depression. It was a humbling thing and a good thing. And it's exactly why I'm here today, because Eric said, hey, you want to film this? I'm like, yeah. So we got to talking about what this event is. What can I do? How can I improve, invent, and inspire? And that was something that was dear to me because little did he know, the night before, I had just met with a group of young adults in a group called Code Next Generation. And they do some of the things that I wish I had when I was a teenager, or that I didn't have to wait until just 10 years ago to figure out. And it was just about finding your purpose and your passion and doing some things with yourself, visualizing yourself, seeing something that you want to have and going for it. And it was then that 10 years ago, I envisioned myself standing on a stage like this, doing a talk for the very first time. And so here I am. Nervous, but enjoying it, and I'm definitely blessed. So I'm living in this moment and appreciating how awesome this is. So what I was going to talk about was this truth, my truth, the truth that we all have, the truth that's in every single one of us, the truth that isn't, that where you aren't persuaded by someone else's thoughts, opinions, or ideas. It's the one that where it's all about who you really are and what you really want out of life. So 6 months ago, I had some friends help me with this. 2 months ago, I started questioning some things, and I completely threw all the work that we did away. And I said, what's going on? Why can't I just wrap my mind around this and own it? And I didn't realize at the time that there was a deeper truth within all of it. And I believe that deeper truth is that we all operate out of either fear or love. And I had definitely let fear come in and knock me off my game. And I was going to figure out, so I said, you know, since I'm going through this is happening, I'm going to take this opportunity to get my happy back. I'm going to figure out how I do it. Because all my life, and all of our lives, we have happy moments, we have sad moments, but how do you get back on top? Well, I'm going to tell you, with me, one of the first things that I have to do is, number one, sit with it for a while. I believe if you were given the emotion, you must sit with it. But don't sit there too long, not if that's not where you want to be. And you have to ask yourself, why are you here? What does this feel like? What is it? You know, because love, to me, isn't just the kind of love that you say, oh, honey, I love you. It's not even the kind of love that you just have for your kids and your kids only. There's a definition of perfect love. And in perfect love, that's the kind of love that you have for someone when you can see yourself in that someone. To me, that's the kind of love where I'm cruising down the street, minding my own business, and someone runs into the back of me. And I get out of the car, and I don't yell at the person behind me. I understand, and I feel compassionate for what happened. You just don't yell and get mad. It's the same way if I was the person that had ran into the back of them, how do I want to be treated? It's that kind of love. Because when you have fear, you don't have compassion or understanding. Now, when I grew up with a lot of love and a lot of understanding. But with that love and understanding comes life and hard times, sad times. Sometimes fear can make you angry if somebody ran into the back of you. Sometimes fear can make you sad. Sometimes that sadness can lead to depression. And with depression, I think about the many people that are affected by it, like the lady who told me about being happy in the moment with the video. I think about depression. I think about Robin Williams, who passed away a few months ago. There's this man who has it all, everything. He's got everything that we think of having, you know? And what happens? He's gone. I think about myself when I was 3 years old. My mom passed away when I was 3. And it wasn't until I was 11 that I fully understood what it meant to commit suicide. So I really have a way, since I was very young, to be able to look at something a little bit different. They call it perspective, so that you can switch it around and make it work for yourself. I'm blessed to be able to have the life that I have. I'm blessed to be able to not follow the normal path, the way school set me up in the beginning to believe I needed to go to college after I graduated, or some trade school, or that I needed to go to the service, and I tried it. I tried college. I tried the Army. It didn't work for me. I got the regular job on my way to getting a minivan, taking the kids to soccer and such, you know what I mean? Just didn't work for me. But when I did figure out that you can have a vision and a dream and you can do what it is that you want, I own 2 businesses now in downtown Fredericksburg, one video and the other where I repurpose things. And I have this life because of the way I choose to see things. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about how I grew up. I told you it was lots of love and lots of fear, but I want to share you some of the mindset that I had. My biggest influences when I was young was my grandparents, because they're the ones who mainly raised me when I was little. My grandfather's gone now, and he didn't speak too much until it was that time when you know you did something wrong, so he had to speak to you. I can hear his words, especially when I watch my own kids run through the house, going in the back room, in the kitchen, back to the living room, every light in the house on. I can hear him. Boy, what in the world wrong with you? You gotta have every doggone light on in the house? My electric bill gonna be high as hell. What's wrong with you? You know we ain't got nothing, money don't grow on trees, we ain't got a pot to pee in. So on and so forth. This is what I heard all the time, and, you know, and it comes out in many different ways, not just that way, you know. I'm also reminded of my great-grandmother. And she's that kind of grandmother. Many families have a mom like her. Some people have big mama. We got mama. Even though I'm the great-grandson, that's mama. If you knew her, you call her mama too. Everybody call her mama, you know. But in 1995, she passed. And when they give you the card with family and how she was, who she was, when she lived, there was a line in there that said, you'll be survived by your 53 grandchildren, your 88 great-grandchildren, and your 43 great-great-grandchildren. I was one of those great-grandchildren. And so there was definitely a lot of love in my family. But there's also fear. And to take it a little bit deeper with Mama, Mama was raised by her grandmother, and her grandmother was once a slave. Now, if that doesn't make you understand what the mindset of a person is and how easily it is passed on, I don't think anything else will, because slaves really didn't have any more than a pot to pee in. That thinking that they all shared and passed down with love is fear-based thinking. And like I said, sometimes you just got to ask yourself questions about, how are you going to get out of this? What are you going to do? You know, you need to change that perspective. Well, the good book says that there's no love in fear, but perfect love casts out fear. Now think about that. There's no love in fear, but perfect love casts out fear. Now I'm telling you, you need to ask yourself, what is perfect love? It also says that we were not given fear, that we were given love, joy, and a sound mind. So I've learned to just let things be, you know? Let love lead the way. Love can help you find peace. It can help you find connection. It can help you find purpose and community. That kind of love will lead about change. Change happened right here in this very school in 1961 when students were integrated. It's that kind of love that we need to share and carry with each and every one of us. Love is the way. Marianne Williams says, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, and talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God, and you're playing small and does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We're all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in every single one of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same thing. As we're liberated from fear, our presence automatically liberates others. I challenge you to ask yourself those important questions at a time of adversity. Are you operating from love, or are you operating from fear? If I ask you right now, and I'm going to do this, I want everybody to point to yourself right now. You get it. You point it to your heart. That's where your love is, not to your head where your fear is. This is where we are. And if we all operated from here, we will find our way. I am Melvin Brown, this ever-evolving, ever-expanding spiritual entity you see riding around in this meat suit. I'm loved, I'm perfect, I'm good, just like you, and today, I'm doggone happy. Thank you.